Alright, I've got you guys way back here in my evaluation pen because Alice here is just too big for the frame. Okay, so I wanted to look at posing a very poorly typed rabbit versus posing a really, really good typed rabbit, okay? And I don't know if you're properly posing them. So I have Alice here. Alice has a little bit of a story. She came with a pen of 2 other does. Seeing if Zukeenii's going to yeet herself off the table or not. She came with 2 other does. We were told we're all Californians. She's very much so not a Californian. She's probably a New Zealand white, but since we don't know, we're going to call her a meat mutt, okay? Just a generic mixed breed something. But she's white, so that's all we know. When she came over here, she had ear mites so bad that when you touched her head, pus would ooze out her ears. It was so bad. She had sore hocks so bad. Zukeenii, don't come over here. She had sore hocks so bad that when I picked her up from I went to go meet the guy, and I picked her up and blood was just pouring down my arm because of her big, huge open wounds on her hocks. They've since got a little bit smaller. They're scabbing over. She's slowly healing. As you can see, they're still very much so there, but oh, look at this. This is a really good point, too. Look how nice and wide her base is. No pinch tips at all in this girl. Very, very wide hips. We love that. Very straight, narrow, no pinchy. Zukeenii! Get over there. We're looking. It's not your turn. So, I knew in that moment, I never buy rabbits unless you can send me properly posed photos of them. This guy did not, but he was like 10 minutes away. I said, it's worth the risk. I got there ready to say no, and then I looked at them and I said, you cannot go home. So I took them, and here we are with these sad little things. It's okay. You have a great personality. So, let's look at Alice and see what we like, what we don't like about her. Let's properly pose her and evaluate her. Mind you, a month ago, I could not even grab her head. She would lunge at my hand, try to bite me because her ears were so painful. So she's been a work in progress. She's all healed up now. We're just putting weight on her at this point. I don't know what her purpose is yet. It's definitely not as a meat breeder, though. Zukeenii! She's gonna yeet off the table, you guys. I'm telling you, I might have to go chase a bunny. Golly. Maniac. So, let's properly pose her just like we did double vision a couple weeks ago. We're gonna make sure that all of her parts are right where they're supposed to be. Let me find her leg underneath her dewlap. Good God. Slick the poop out. Okay. Woo. So, here's her toes. I know it's really hard to see because she's all white and fuzzy. Here's her toes. Here's her stifle. She kind of naturally sets her feet down in the back where they need to go, which is really good. Zukeenii, stop it. We're going to make sure her front toes are right underneath her eyes. We're going to give her a little scrunch. We're going to make sure we're not scrunching too much. Yeah, I know it, sister. She wants to go eat her food. That's all they do. They eat and they complain about not eating. So, with her properly posed, give her a little scrunch, but make sure your feet are still with the stifle, toes are still with the eyes, okay? So, as you can see, if we pick her ears up, she has a very low shoulder. From here to here, this is all shoulder. This, if I were evaluating 6-week-old kits, this would be an immediate no for me. I would remove them from my program, like, right then. So I don't love this, but she's got a very long shoulder, as you can see. She's also very long. She's a whole mandolin style rabbit. She's probably crossed with a Timuk or something. She's very, very long, and she slopes off. Her peak is really undefined. You can't really see where the highest point is. It's somewhere in here. It's just really, really hard to tell because she's so long, and she offers no depth. I judge depth by the top of the ears, so that's like how tall they are. So ear over, you've got roughly 4 fingers between, try not to move up or down, roughly 4 fingers between the highest point on her back and the top of her ear, okay? That is no depth at all. Very, very long, very, very flat, just very, very poor quality profile of you in general. Her hindquarter's not horrible. I've seen worse. But man, if her peak were like right here, she'd slope off so much more better. So much more better. Sorry, me cannot words. Me no know how words is. Also trying to keep her over here. Zukeenii, get out of here, man. Okay. I know, hi. You're okay. Okay, as you can see, she has a pretty decent wad base. She has a pretty decent loin. We're still putting weight on her. She's still very, very thin. She was in that pin, you know, like a 36 by 36 pin with 2 other does and 2 bucks. So they were fun. And these are, I have no idea how old they are, at least a year though. Like, these are very old animals. I say very old. I don't mean like, they're not juniors. They're not babies. They can't be housed together. They're very obvious seniors. And they had 5 of them in a 36 by 36 cage. Like I said, I took them all home. Even the bucks. But she has a pretty decent wad base. She's got a pretty decent loin. I think if she had a little bit more weight on her, then her loin would fill out a little bit more. If she had more depth, this would be a beautiful loin. She just doesn't have that to offer. She's just very long, very flat. She's a very just poor quality bred animal. That's nothing against her. She has a great personality. I mean, look at this. Look at this baby. She's just so sweet. I don't know what her purpose is. It's probably not going to be being bred here. I don't want to cull her though, everything that she's gone through. And we've got her so healthy. So I don't know what her purpose is right now. She's just going to live and she's going to gain weight. And I know, I'm sorry, I touched your feet. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. She's just going to exist and get healthier and get bigger, and we're going to put some more weight on her and heal up those toes and make sure that she stays healthy. That is our only goal right now. Outside of that, I don't know what the future holds for her. I don't know where she's going to be used. I don't know what we're going to do with her. I just know that right now she's just going to get healthy. That's it, period. Full stop. So, well, let's take a look at Zukeenii now. Let me move her. Do you want to hop over to yourself? Okay, there you go. You're going to go in the hole, shake my whole thing. She's like, I don't know where I want to be, just not here. Here. Okay, I've got Zukeenii. Now let's look at a really nice rabbit, okay? Zukeenii poses pretty well on her own. Oh my gosh, I didn't over under pose her. That's fine. It's fine. We posed her, we know what she looks like. That's, you know, that's as far as we need to go. So, Zukeenii poses pretty well on her own. She's very good at it. She's a little show-no though, so she's kind of used to it. Okay, so as you can see, toes. Hers are a bit easier to see because she's a Californian, so she's got these dark points. Toes, stifle. Toes, eyeball. Okay? Give her a little scrunch. Make sure your toes are still staying with everything. Get the poop out of the way. Now you can see she does not have very long shoulders. She starts a very nice rise. She comes back, she peeks, she comes to the table so beautifully. Chef's kiss this rabbit. I love her. We do not say the F word here. We do not say favorite. Okay? Because then they end up not being that anymore. So she's just so nice. Okay? You can see everything that I love about her right here in this profile view. I love this doe. Okay? She's my happy place. I have a little lip right here. I'm trying to make sure she's not on top of it, because that's not comfy. As you can see, she has a very full loin. She has a very nice wide base. This loin comes all the way down her back. You can pinch it. It comes up from her ribs, and you can pinch it all the way down. This is all loin, baby. This is what you want. This is the money maker, okay? You can also see she provides a really good amount of depth. After we all look at that butt, look at the booty. Very nice quality animal right here, let me tell you. Oh, she didn't win any ribbons though, which is like, okay. We took her to the show as like a 4-month-old though, so. As far as depth goes, you can see her ears, okay? Like 3. Like 2 fingers from the highest point on her, okay? She offers a lot more depth than Alice does. Oh my gosh, there's hair flat. She's just overall a much better quality animal. Now we can underpose her. Make her look like Alice. Okay? Now look at that. She's got shoulders for days. She's got a long flat back, and her rear is doing something crazy. You can see now. We've got a lot more here, a lot less depth. We've got a lot longer shoulder, a lot mandolin style body. But look at her. Her toes still under the eyes. Her toes back here though, she wants to naturally pose. Hold on. Stifle right here. Toes back here. So let's crunch it. Look at that. She says, no, mother, this is not how you do it. So you can see we can make her look like Alice, but she's not, that's not how she's properly posed. So that's why it's so, I cannot stress the importance enough. Properly posing your animals and knowing how to pose them. You keep going her. She wants to go back in the hole. Hang on. There we go. That's why it's so important knowing how to pose them and where to put the proper placements. The toe, the feet, rear feet under the stifle, right in line with it. Nothing should go past this point, okay? And then front toes underneath the eyeball, okay? Make sure you're posing them like that every single time. And they are usually pretty stinking easy to pose. If they're naturally balanced like this, they are pretty stinking easy to, they'll do it themselves. You do have some though, you'll go to pose them up and they start throwing their head just like Alice was, because they're not comfortable, because they're not built right. So that is why it is super important. Start posing yours, start practicing with them, even if they're not like top quality, if they're not like Zukeenii, that's okay. You think every rabbit in this barn looks like her? No, she is the best one. That's why I love her so much. And she's only 6 months old. And she's the best one. We don't have anything better than her at this point. So it's okay. It's a season. I don't have 6 of these. I have 1. Just the 1. If you go onto our Facebook page, 4G Farms, it has a cute little bunny logo on it with the Polish and the chicken. You'll be able to see all of our beautifully posed bunnies. A lot. I've been posing them as soon as they hit senior age and getting their senior pictures as well as their little baby pictures. So if you want to see some of those, you can go check those out over there, because I'm not going to pull them all out and do a 20-minute video and show you all of them. But you can see the kind of quality we have. Not all of it looks like this. There's a lot that are just parts rabbits. Some just have loins, some just have short shoulders, some have better peaks. Moxie has a great, fantastic peak. I wish every one of our rabbits had either Zukeenii or Moxie's peaks, but Moxie has a very narrow, sad looking loin. But that's where we get rabbits like this. We can take bunnies with loins like this and we can cross them into Moxie. Moxie's loin does not run down her back like this. Moxie's loin is like this big. She's ridiculous. But she has such a great peak placement. She's a parts rabbit, and that's okay to have those. So practice posing your bunnies. Give it a shot. Give it a try. See what you got. See what you're working with. Just strive for better. No, the perfect rabbit does not exist, but we all, as breeders, if you're breeding towards an SOP, standard of perfection, towards the breed standard, then that's what you're working for, is the perfect rabbit. Will you ever get there? Any breeder will tell you absolutely not. There's no such thing as the perfect rabbit. You just try to get yours as close to it as you can. So I hope this helps some of you. I hopes. Me no words. Me no know how. Me tired. Me have hair up nose. I hope this helps some of you. And for everybody just wanting to see bunnies, I mean, I hope you enjoy. We're fixing, give us 2 more weeks, and we're going to start posing all these little Rex babies that are 4 weeks old right now. We'll give them their 6-week evals. We'll go over what to cut immediately, and we'll see what we're working with.